All right, y'all. Gonna do a short presentation by myself. So, all praises to Yahweh Shah. In their names that we pray. First of all, let me start off say, well, we're gonna start with the King James Bible, King James Version. Make sure you get the King James Version. If you don't have the King James Version, go out and get you one. That NIV, New International Version. It's not where it's at. It's not gonna give you the truth. So I'll recommend you get your King James Version. All right, let's start with the beginning. Why not? That's a good place to start. Let's start at the beginning. It's the book of Genesis, chapter 1 and verse 1. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. Verse 3, and God said, let there be light, and there was light. And God saw light, that it was good, and God divided the light from the darkness. Verse 5, and God called the light day, and the darkness night. And the evening, the morning was the first day. All right. So he created night, day, formed the earth. And God said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let divide the waters from the waters. And God made a firmament that divided the waters, was put under the firmament from the waters, was above the firmament also was. And God called the firmament heaven in the evening, and the morning was the second day. All right, so I can continue, but you know that he made the earth in 6 days. On the seventh day, he rested. So what is the seventh day? It would be called the Sabbath day. So I'm going to ask you the question, when is the Sabbath day? Most folks is going to say Sunday, but no, it's not. It's Saturday. And I'm going to go to the back of the King James Bible dictionary and get the definition of Sabbath. Hold on one second. Okay, here we have it. This is the definition of Sabbath coming out of the King James Bible dictionary. Sabbath, a holy day of rest and worship. Example, Exodus 20 and 8. It's the seventh day of the week, from Friday evening to Saturday evening. So from Friday sundown to Saturday sundown is the Sabbath. So no work, no eating, no hot food. You got to prepare your food the day before, you know. All right, here we go again. Sabbath, which would be the holy day, the day you're supposed to rest. Not Sunday. I'm going to explain that here in a minute. Sabbath, a holy day of worship, holy day of rest, Salakia. The seventh day of the week, from Friday evening to Saturday evening. It is the Jewish Sabbath, the first day of the week, or Sunday. First day of the week is Sunday. So you're thinking Monday, but Monday is the first business day. The first day of the week is Sunday. Becoming the Christian Sabbath in memory of the day of Jesus' resurrection. Example, Mark 16 and 2. Early Christians came together to break bread on the first day of the week. So Sunday really is all you're supposed to do is break bread. As it says here, the holy day of rest and worship is the Sabbath. That's Saturday. So Sunday ain't got nothing to do with worship. First of all, you got to get that Christianity out your head. So there you go. All right. So let's get the definition. Since we all know we're kings and queens, let's get the definition of Israel. Because they don't want you to know that we're from Israel. We're not from Africa. We were brought into Egypt under Moses got us out of Egypt. The Lord had Moses lead us out of Egypt, but Pharaoh had us in bondage, enslaved. So we've been enslaved 7 times, and this last time coming out. But anyway, give you the definition of Israel. Israel, the name given to Jacob by an angel. Genesis 32 and 28. Descendants of Jacob's 12 sons were known as the Israelites. In a political sense, Israel was the name of the kingdom established by the 10 northern tribes when the 2 southern tribes formed the kingdom of Judah. In a religious sense, Israel was the name of the holy nation made up of all God's chosen people. So as you see, the Bible does say there is a chosen people. So let's go to that Genesis 32 and 28 and see what he's talking about, Israel, how he got his name changed. Genesis 32 and 28. Okay. It's the book of Genesis, chapter 32, verse 8. And he said, "Thou shalt name be called no more Jacob, but Israel is a prince, has the power, and with God, with men, has prevailed." So he changed the name from Israel, from Jacob to Israel. So Jacob ended up being Israel. Israel ended up turning into a country. Go on. Okay. You ever thought about why you felt like you didn't want to pick this book up? I know at one time I didn't want to pick it up. Because I felt like we weren't in it. I didn't feel like that we were nowhere in here. Because the movies, Hollywood portrayed Moses and Pharaoh and all them, they had fair skin. They might have a little tan or something, but everybody on there was Caucasian. So I was like, so it didn't seem like we was in here. But we're all in here. Brothers and sisters, I'm going to tell you, this Bible is black history. A lot of things in here they do not want you to know. All right, let's get Daniel 10 and 6, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. 490. Let's get Daniel 10 and 6 and see what so-called Yahweh Shai, Jesus Christ, looked like. Yeah, a lot they have tried to hide from you. Okay, this is the book of Daniel, chapter 10 and verse 6. His body was like the beryl, and his face as the appearance of lightning, and his eyes as lamps of fire, and his arms and feet were like in color of polished brass. Come on, y'all. Come on, Israel. What color is polished brass? Kind of like brown, wouldn't it be? Okay, let's continue. And his arms and his feet in the color of polished brass, and his voice were like the voice of a multitude. So he didn't speak calmly and soft and say, "Oh, I'm here to save little children." He didn't speak like that. He spoke more with a loud, thunderous, booming voice. All right, let's get a precept to that then. Let's go to Revelation 1. If you got a Bible, you can follow along. Let's go to Revelation 1 and see what else it says about that. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 13. In the midst of the seven candlesticks, one likened unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and the girt and the paps of a golden girdle. So, black man, he like to be fly. He got on golden girdle, he stepped on the scene, he probably was pimping when he walked up in there, you know what I'm saying? All right, seriously though. Revelation chapter 1, verse 14. And his head and his hairs were like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were a flame of fire. You see, why was his eyes like flames of fire? Because he drank a lot of wine. So, he wasn't drunk, but he drank a lot of wine. Okay. Verse 15. And his feet were like unto fine brass. There they go with that brass again. Well, let's find out what else about that brass. And his feet into like fine brass, as if they were burned in a furnace. Now, if you take brown brass and you burn it in a furnace, what's it going to be? You got it. It's going to be black. He probably is darker than me. So your feet and your arms is the same color as your face, right? And your feet. All right. As if they burned in a furnace, and his voice was the sound of many waters. That's what I right there tell you. So a lot of things they didn't hear from us. Now let's go back to Genesis. I'm going to show you they told us 2,000 years ago in Genesis that we're going to be in slavery for 400 years. So watch this. Give me a second. Well, I tell you, it's a lot to hear from us. It's a lot to hear from us, saints. Okay, here we go. It's the book of Genesis, chapter 15 and verse 13. And he said unto Abram, Know surely that there shall be a stranger in the land that is not theirs, and they shall serve them, and they shall afflict them for 400 years. How did they know this? How did they know we was going to go in slavery that last time for 400 years? It's in the Bible. Get it. Genesis 15, chapter 15, verse 13. I'm going to read it again, because you probably didn't quite get it, but hey, it's in here. It's in black and white. And he said unto Abram, know surely that thy seed shall be a stranger in the land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them for 400 years. Also, that nation whom they shall serve, I will judge afterward. They shall come out with them with great substance. So he's saying after 400 years, he's going to judge them, and we're going to come out with great substance. So we just got to wait. You got to have patience. You got to have the patience of the saints. Okay, let's move on. So, I'll tell you, this book's got so many answers, saints. All you got to do is sit down. Okay, many years they've been plotting against it, called crafty counsel. And I can give you Psalms 83 and 4, where it shows that they plotted against us, so we wouldn't know who we are. We wouldn't know we came from Israel. We wouldn't know that we came from Judah. We wouldn't know that we are the original Jews. It's the book of Psalms, Psalm 83, verse 4. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together in one consent that they are confederate against thee. You hear that? I'm going to read that again. This is the book of Psalms, Psalm 83 and 4. And they have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. That they have consulted together with one continuance that they are confederate against thee. See there? They've been hating on us since day one. Ain't that something? Who knew that? Y'all better get with the program. You better wake up. But if you believe in God, this right here might help you. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 3 and verse 5. Trust in the Lord with all their heart, and lean not into their own understanding. In all the ways of acknowledge him, he shall direct thy path. Be not wise with thy own eyes, fear the Lord, and depart from evil. So you can't do your own thing. You got people out here running around, they do their own thing. America didn't tell you can do what you want to do, but that's a lie. Book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 31. Envy not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. Don't go into none of their ways. They out there, they got their big Benz, the Cadillac, the Lexus, they got the penthouses. Let them have it. Let them have it. It ain't all that, no. Lord, he despises a lot of things. I'm going to tell you what he said in this book of Proverbs, chapter 6, and verse 16. These 6 things doeth the Lord hate. Ye 7 are abomination unto him. A proud look, a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood. That's a lot of that going on there. We got all these people, all this shooting stuff going on. This mass shooting. Charlotte got a lot of shooting. Brothers killing brothers. People just going crazy. I'm going to read what the Lord said, what he can't stand. The book of Proverbs, chapter 6, and verse 16. These 6 things the Lord hate, yet 7 are abomination. A proud look, a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that flies wicked imaginations, and feet that run swiftly to mischief. A false witness that speaketh lies, and he that soareth with discord among thy brothers. Well, saints, I'm running out of time. About time to get back to work. I just want to share that a little bit with you. This brother Jay about to sign off. My brother off this week. So, I usually do this at my lunch break. So do a little solo thing. My bell about to ring, so I'm about to get back to work. But let's see if I can grab you something right quick that I can give you on the way out the door. what I did. This is Isaiah chapter 65 and verse 2. I have spread out my hands all day unto rebellious people, which walketh in the way that was not good, after their own thoughts. So you can't do what you want to do, like I said before. But we're going to pick this up again. I got to get ready to go. All praises.